What's up, guys? Vlogging again. It's a Friday, 12:07 p.m. I decided to hit the trail over here at Sweetwater Creek Park to get in the hike before my 2:30 call, which is good for a Friday. Only one call. No calls would be better, which sometimes that does happen, but today I got one. It'll be an easy call though. So I'm getting over a cold that I brought back from St. Louis last weekend. Still a little bit of drainage, but other than that, congestion's not too bad. But as you can tell from my voice, still got a little bit of cold in my chest. So I'm hoping that this hike will get that out. I am doing the yellow trail today, which is probably it's the hardest shorter trail, which is like 3 miles. And then they also have the 5-mile trail, the white trail, which is probably the hardest trail out here at Sweetwater Creek Park. I would do that one today if I had the time, but I only got about 2.5 hours before my meeting. I know I can knock this trail out in about an hour and some change. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. I might get up in the morning and come do the 5-mile because I really need to exercise. But this yellow trail is somewhat difficult, at least towards the first half of it. So that'll get my lungs going and hopefully get this cold out of my chest. So let's get to it. I did my 100 push-ups. I try to do at least 200 push-ups before or during the hike. I psych myself out mentally to just try to do everything before I hike so that way I can just enjoy the hike. But I'm only at 100, so I got 100 I need to do. And there's a couple of bridges up here. Usually I do my push-ups on the bridge so I don't have to try to get down on the trail with all the rocks and stuff and hurt my hands. So I'm coming up to a bridge now. I'm gonna knock out these push-ups. I might try to video it. We'll see. I gotta find somewhere to put my camera up at, so I'll work on that for you guys. But anyway, first part of the trail. Well, I haven't got to the trail. It takes about a half a mile to get to the actual trail. So I end up actually doing 4 miles when I do these trails. So yeah, man, let me go ahead and knock these push-ups out and I'll holler. Like I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, since we're still on the phone, just knocked out that really steep part. Now if you see what I was saying up here, it's not as bad. You still see we got some more inclines to go, but nowhere as near as that first incline. So let me get focusing, guys. I'll touch back in at some point during this trail. Oh, so I'm getting close to a mile in on this 3-mile trail. And it's kind of cool because you can kind of see way down. That's behind me. In the wintertime, the trees are bare, so you can just pretty much see all the way through. But now, the leaves are starting to come back, which is really cool because now there's some greenery added to it. About another month or so, all of that will be pretty much unseeable from right here. So it's kind of nice to see the seasons change out here. What's up, guys? So I am at what I consider the halfway point for this trail. I don't think I've heard the thing say 1 mile yet. It probably has though. I know I've been more than 1 mile, but you can kind of see I'm sitting on this bench. This thing has probably been here since the park opened. That's that decline I just came down. So now pretty much the rest of the trail is going to be declining. And what people don't realize is that declining on a trail that's not even for like rocks and stuff can really be just as hard or harder as going up. When you're going up, you're exercising your respiratory system. When you're going down, you're exercising your knees. Because your knees, all your weight going down is sitting, every step is hitting on your knees. And then your feet are not stable. You're kind of stepping on rocks. So that weight is distributed funny. And if you're not careful about how you step, you can really hurt your knees a little bit. But if you do this more often, it'll strengthen your knees. And so I haven't been out here quite as often, but kind of now that I'm managing my workload during the day a little bit better, because it's getting a little bit better, I can start finding more windows to come out here. I need at least 2 hours, a 2-hour gap in my schedule to come out here to be comfortable. I'm doing good today because I plan to come at noon and then, be done by 1:30, so and so. Actually, today I came a little bit earlier. I'll probably still be out here by 1:30 though, because I've been taking my time doing this vlogging, doing some videos for you guys. But anyway, it's Friday, 12:52. Fridays are fun days. Maybe in a later vlog, I'll get a little bit more into why my schedule and things are the way they are. Not really doing that today. It's a fun day. Not talking about any serious stuff. So anyway, like I was about to say, I got a meeting at 2:30, so I'll get home, work for an hour, do that meeting. I might work for maybe another hour. I want to be done by 4 and dressed by 4. So if I have time when I get home, I'll probably just go ahead and get dressed for the rest of the day. And my plan is to go bowling. I used to be a league bowler. You'll see that in future vlogs because I do want to get back into like a summer league. But I haven't been bowling in a while, and the reason why is because I brought my balls back out. No pun intended. I brought my balls back out maybe about a year ago. I did some fun bowling with our Masonic Lodging chapter, and my balls cracked. But I know why they cracked. Well, one cracked, one chipped. The one that cracked. So the one cracked, and that was my ball I threw my 300 with. That was my Storm Street Rod Pearl. I threw a 300 game in the league, so I got a sanctioned game and a ring, by the way. I did that back in February of 2013. I ain't did shit since. I've had some high games, but that ball cracked. And it's because I hadn't bowled for like 3 or 4 years up until the past year. And those balls are just sitting in the garage, expanding during the summer, contracting during the winter. And if your ball is subject to temperature changes like that, eventually it will crack if you're throwing a good velocity. And that's what happened with mine. So I pretty much haven't had any balls to throw. I'm not finna throw a house ball unless I'm just bowling for fun. Which if I bowl for fun, I like using my balls. But anyway, let me go back. The reason I learned how to bowl was when I was in Arizona, in Phoenix. I lived in Phoenix from 2006 to 2008. And I worked with a guy named Chris. Still a good friend I see to this day when he's in Atlanta working. And he came to me one day at PetSmart. He said, "Hey, man, you like bowling?" I said, "Yeah, man, I used to bowl, when I was younger, man. I got trophies, man, when I was like a little kid. But of course, I hadn't bowled from the time I was a little kid right up until then in my 20s. He said, "Come bowl with us, man. We got a little league that we're in, down in Chandler," which Chandler was, if you're in Atlanta, Chandler is probably equivalent of driving from downtown to maybe, I'd probably say Stockbridge. Yeah. But, Phoenix didn't really have crazy traffic like that at that time. It was a lot of space. You can get to places a lot quicker. So I said, "I'm not really the best bowler." And he said, "Well, we get pitchers of beer every time we bowl, and, we have a good time." I said, "Okay." So I started bowling with them. It was fun. They had beer. Back then, I could drink anything and not really be bothered. So I drank the beer. And Chris told me, he said, "Hey, man, there's a girl that worked with us named Tina. Have you met her?" And I said, "No." He said, "Yeah, Tina, she's a pro bowler." And at that time, her name was Tina Knowles. She's married now. I forgot her husband's name, but he's a pro bowler too. But yeah, she had 300 games, and so she gave us some balls to practice with. She gave me 2 balls. She gave him 2 balls. Um, the name of the balls are called the hole pounder. Pause. But it was. I'm pretty sure that that bowling company is out of business by now. But they made some really good balls. And so I had a hole pounder solid, which was just a solid matte color ball, and a hole pounder pearl, which is that's more of the ball that you use when you don't want it to really react too much. There's people behind me, so. But anyway, that whole pounder pearl ball, actually my whole pounder solid. I don't know. I think I gave that ball to my friend, and I don't think he ever really used it. But the pearl, I kept the pearl, and that ball, I bought some really good games with that pearl. Um, I'm more of a go down the right arrows, the second and third arrow, and let it snap at the end. That's my thing. I don't have a huge cross the lane hook, so I tend to play the right side of the lanes. And that ball just knows how to hit the pocket, man. I think it might be 14 and a half pounds. I don't know if it's 15 because it feels a little bit lighter. Um, but hey, anyway, that's the story on that ball. I found that ball. My finger holes still fit, which is cool because usually when you over 10 years or whatever it's been since I used that ball, you gain weight. Fingers gain weight if it's been that long since I used it. But my finger holes still fit, thumb holes still fit, so I'm gonna go throw it tonight. Just kind of get back in the frame of bowling, my approach, all of that stuff. I used to have a high backswing, but I think I'm gonna kind of narrow that down a little bit, because it ain't about slinging the ball. It's about really, you don't want to aim the ball. You just really want to kind of have a pendulum, which I learned that from Tina. Have a pendulum formation. Let your arm, let your body do the bowling for you. So I'm gonna do that. That's a long way of saying I'm going bowling today. That's why I'm vlogging, because I like to talk. So I plan on going bowling. I think I may bowl for maybe 2 hours at the most. I bought some bowling shoes from eBay too that I got a couple days ago, because I'm cheap. So I got those. I'm gonna be using those today. So I plan to bowl from 4 to 6. And then one thing I like to do is I like these hibachi buffets, Chinese buffets where they have all the different foods. But I go in there and mainly eat the seafood. I like the crawfish. It's not like Cajun crawfish. Sorry, I got a text message. It's not about Cajun. Like, they're not Cajun. They're just crawfish. I don't know how the hell they cook these things. I don't know if they cook them in soup or whatever. But, they have like the swimming crabs, the mussels. The one I go to even has crab legs, but they're probably the worst crab legs you ever have. And they don't even really steam them in salt water. They just steam them in water. So I got to doctor all this seafood up with like soy sauce or mix soy sauce and butter. Which actually, those two don't really mix when you try to mix them. It's really interesting. Yeah. So anyway, I plan on doing that probably 6 at the latest, and then after that, I'll probably go next door to the Hibachi Buffet is a Mexican restaurant right next door. So I'll probably go in there, get a margarita, and then after that, man, probably just hit my favorite cigar lounge. It's here in Lithia Springs, and smoke a cigar and listen to the DJ. They have different DJs. So I forgot where I left off at. I was talking and I didn't realize I wasn't recording. But yeah, anyway, going to hear the DJ tonight at a Sears Cigar Lounge on my side of town, Lithia Springs. Really nice cigar lounge. If you ain't ever visiting Atlanta, just want somewhere real laid back, chill, free parking, ain't got to worry about all that paying to park and get in stuff that you see at other lounges in the city, man. Come to a Sears. It's 20 minutes from downtown, not too far, about a mile from the highway, by Six Flags, not too far from Six Flags if you're familiar. So, but yeah. So I want to hear the DJ tonight. Hopefully DJ Popo will be there. They have different DJs. But if you ever heard of DJ Popo, Google DJ Popo. I think somebody's coming. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up now. I finish hiking. But anyway, man, this guy's about 31 years old, but he is already a legend with the mixes, man. He mixes everything from the 50s, 60s all the way through the day, and he does it with no headphones. So I'm not a DJ, but you guys that do DJ know how incredibly hard and on point you got to be to do that without using headphones. And the way he mixes, man, he just mixes stuff differently, man. You haven't heard the guy really mix like him, so look up his YouTube, DJ Popo. He's on IG too. Look him up, man. Listen to his stuff. And he does like Twitch and things. So he has mixes on his page that you can listen to for an hour and a half, 2 hours live that he did live. So go check that out. So anyway, guys, I was talking about the decline. Let me get back on my hike. And I'm going to show you what I mean. So now we're declining. I say right now, this is probably about maybe 20, 25 degree incline. Maybe going down to 30. And I'm hiking in some old New Balances, by the way. They're walking shoes, not quite hiking shoes, but they do a good job on the trail. If you want to buy me some hiking shoes, feel free. So now this is probably more of a 45 degree incline, as you can see. And now you see these rocks. They make it tough. You know, like you got to watch your weight with your knees. So like you see all your weight, all 215 pounds, hopefully one day 200, is on your knees. So that's why. And then you get to spots like this where you just really got to be careful. And it really helps to, as an experienced hiker, I would say I'm experienced. I've been doing this for some years now. At least 3 years, not a lot of years. Is you always want to kind of walk on the flat parts. And that's what I try to do. But sometimes I will push off the rocks if I just want that. But you got to be careful of spots like this, because if you misstep here, if you're paying attention, you shouldn't. But if you're not paying attention, you misstep here, you're going down over there, you're going to hurt your ankle or something. Or you're gonna misstep here, step here, and then fall. So you want to stay on these flat parts. You don't really want to go over there. It's flat, but it's just a lot of leaves. So your foot's going to go through the leaves and you don't know what's under there. So the flat dirt parts are kind of where you want to stay when you're doing this. And this is pretty much what I do right here. Try to stay on these parts. Got a tree. I'm following the flat parts. That's what I do. Okay. Let me stop talking like I've been in the wilderness all my damn life. I'm a little bit of a country boy though. A spider web in my eye. Gotta watch out for the spiders too. I forgot about that. They're not quite out yet. But last year there were a lot of yellow spiders on the trail. Those yellow, I heard they were Japanese spiders, but have a yellow body, a slim, slender body, kind of like a oval. Not really an oval. It's more of like a fingernail file type body. You know, like that little round, skinny like oval. And then they have real skinny black and white legs. And those things they're probably about 2 inches, maybe 2 to 3 inches at the biggest. If I see one, I'll show it to you, but I don't see any yet. But yeah, when you're tall, you gotta watch out for stuff like that. Not trying to brag, but one more time, let me show you the decline. This is a decline right here, and there's a bench down there. All right, guys, let me enjoy my hike. Oh, that was a squirrel. I got my walking stick. I haven't seen any real wildlife out here besides turkey and vultures, but Georgia does have black bears, so I will be on the lookout for that. Back to it. All right, folks, so this is the part of the hike and the trail that I always show on my IG and Facebook stories. So I would be remiss. I wonder if that's really the right way to use that word, remiss. That's how we always use it. But I would be remiss if I didn't show you one of the beautiful parts of the trail. This is the Sweetwater Creek, of which the park is known for. Over there, I can try to do some zooming in. Let me switch hands, sorry. Over there's a bridge, a little lookout. That's on the red trail. That's a trail most people do because it's easy. It's only like a mile to it. And it puts you right by the water. Then you can keep following the trail on that side, and it takes you along the water. And then you can kind of come out on the rocks. I hope they're careful because she has on jeans. And then I guess the water's safe to get in. I see people out here getting in the water sometimes. There's a guy down there fly fishing, and then way down there, I'm gonna try to zoom in so you can see it. There's an old mill, and you kind of see the building back there. And it was opened back in the 1800s and probably built by slaves, but it has a little thing out there that tells you about the mill. I guess they used the creek Uh, I guess to drive the wheels that drove the electricity or whatever they were doing back then. Um, but this is beautiful, man. I just give thanks to my ancestors and those who couldn't really enjoy this like we enjoy it. Um, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, man. So just seeing this water makes me feel good. And just wanted to show you guys this part of the trail. Let me get back to the hike. Oh, you know what? I'm so glad that they broke this branch, because this branch used to be like up towards my chest, and you had to kind of squeeze under it just to get to the bank. So I don't know if it broke on its own or somebody broke it, but I'm so glad you broke that. Thank you. Oh, I also forgot to mention, this is pretty much between mile 2 and 3 on the trail. This is where it flattens back out. So the rest of the trail is going to be flat, and then it'll also go along the water. That water over there is kind of boring, the water that we're going to walk by. There's not really much of a current, but it is peaceful, so I may show you some of that. But yeah, this flat part, I can just enjoy, just walk, breathe, enjoy nature. Push-ups already out the way, so that's a good thing. And yeah, there we go. So this is the part of the trail that's right by the water. This part is okay. Aesthetically, it looks good. But the thing is, though, it's so narrow and you're so close to these damn leaves that I be feeling like something just gonna jump out on me. Like, look, this is how narrow. The water's right there. The brush is like right here. So if something does jump out, my ass gonna be in that water, because I'm not just gonna stand there. But yeah, this is the weird part of the trail. It's beautiful though, don't get me wrong, but I'm always watching for something coming out. I'm always watching for snakes, because I really don't do snakes, and I ain't trying to get bit by a snake. If you want to really see me act truly like a girl, bring a damn snake near me. So there's the water. It's real cool, real calm over here. We got like a little bit of an opening right here. And this is pretty cool. You know, it's a little open right here. You can kind of see. Got some people over there. These look like honeysuckles, wow. Not pink though. All right. So I was gonna do a little bit of vlogging, talking, but I'm not sure how much you'll be able to hear me in here. And I don't think these Beats Flex earbuds are the best. So I might just voice over this, well, some of it. I don't know what you can hear. Anyway, this is my Friday routine. Been like this lately. Work, eat, comfy, stuff in my face. We're gonna get margarita at a Mexican restaurant or two, and or eat there too. But I just want it on my favorite day. If I get a margarita, just go have some cigars. That's pretty much the routine. These buffets, all the food tastes the same. It's really not that good. But I like the fact that I got food as much as I want. I think that's what it is. Seafood. Mussels. This is my first time filming a person like this, just to see how the staff reacts. So nobody's really saying much. I like this little swimming crabs, mussels, crawfish, little shrimp. And they got some of the worst looking crabs you don't see at all. And I mean, really, so I got some butter. got a little taste of this. What's up, y'all? Finally got to some better lighting, get out the neighborhood. Well, it ain't that much better because now the sun's over here. Anyway, man, as you can see, I'm still waking up. It's 10:57, so I should be up. Going back to the hiking trail, Seawater Creek Park. I hiked yesterday. I did 3 miles on the yellow trail. And I said I wish I had enough time to do the white trail, because that's 5 miles. And this Saturday morning I have the time to do it, so I'm going to do it. Since I said I'm going to do it. A little sluggish this morning, so I'm really about to get my money's worth out here. It's free to hike. I got a parking pass, so I don't know why I said money's worth, but anyway, I'm finna get it in. I haven't done a white trail in a while. It's 5 miles. Got some rough parts, but I get to see some of the scenic stuff today. There's not a lot of spiders out right now, which is good, because normally on these trails I'll be having to look out for spider webs over the trail. And I'm tall, I'm a little tall, so I kind of hit them. But yeah, about to get back to it. Woo! I smoked a cigar last night, so I'm dreading these push-ups. I'm gonna try to do at least 100. 200 is really my target, and I usually get that. But today, man, I might just have to enjoy this trail, and it may not be 200, man, but I'm pretty sure I will be woken up by the time I'm done with this trail. So right now I look tired. In about an hour and a half, 2 hours, I will not look tired. I'll look tired, but I won't look like this. So these are the days when you got to push yourself. There's probably going to be a lot of people out here on the trail today, which I don't really like that too much. I like having it to myself. But the white trail might not be too crowded because it's the longest and the hardest trail. There used to be a brown trail. I don't know if that's still here, because that's actually 8 miles, I think. But I don't know. I'm going to look at the board and see. I'm not doing that one, though. I'm doing 5 miles. That's my limit today. So anyway, guys, let's hit this trail and have a little bit of fun, man. Have a little bit of fun and push myself. What's up, y'all? So it's kind of crowded today. Well, it's very crowded today. Not kind of crowded. I've never had to park away from the main parking lot at the visitor center, but I did. I had to park by the pavilions today. I kind of miss these pavilions because sometimes I would come out here and just grill and chill. I may do that tomorrow, actually, and just sip and enjoy time to myself. But anyway, it's kind of cool to actually have a trail to the visitor center if you park away from it. And I've always seen people walking this trail. I just never knew. I thought it was part of the main trails, but it's actually a whole different trail. So I did turn my tracker on because I want credit. I want credit for these little steps I'm taking. This little 1/10 of a mile. But you know, Saturday, this to be expected. I got my little walking stick. I don't think it's gonna stop a bear. Inside joke for whoever might be watching this, but it'll make them think a little bit. So I'm already huffing and puffing. I ain't even started to hike yet. So y'all pray for me. I'm out here about to start this 5-mile hard ass white trail, but I said I got the time to do it. I'm gonna do it. This is the first of me, guys. A snake. Never seen one out here. Look at how beautiful this is. Wow. In the winter, like I said before, it's all bare, but now the trees are blooming, the green is coming back. And this is a beautiful trail. So, as y'all see, I saw my first snake out here, and I've been hiking out here since probably mid-2023. So, whew. I'm gonna be watching out now, because I don't want to step on one and get bit. I don't know what's poisonous or what's not. I would chat GPT it, but my signal is horrible in these trees, as expected. But I do want to know what kind of snake that was I saw. If you know, I wanted to come to a little stopping point. They have benches out here at certain areas. This is a weird bench because I'm 6'3" and I can barely slide up on this thing. Everybody else I'm sure has to hop up here, but I'm gonna sit for a second. Whew, this is weird. Oh. So I wanted to take a little breather. Well, I didn't have to take a breather, but I just wanted to really just reflect for a second. The water's way down there. I know you can barely see it, but you can hear it. But those are some kind of rough rapids down there. So anyway, man, there's been a few people out here on this white trail, more than I thought, because this is a difficult and long trail. I think it's about to take me down by the water now, but I just wanted to reflect in the woods. You know, we all have to make decisions in our life. Some decisions are good, some are bad. But one thing that all those decisions have in common is that you have to live with them. And I think people in their 40s and mid-40s like me, we kind of at the point where we understand that. They say black men carry a lot. You know, sometimes I do feel like we carry the weight of the world on us. But it's just how we're conditioned. A lot of us grew up in households where you don't really express your emotions like that. A lot of fathers from back in the day weren't really emotional. My dad wasn't either. Still a great dad, great father, great man. So a lot of things we hold inside, and I've had situations where you try to talk, you know, and in relationships, your significant other will say, talk to me, talk to me. And when you talk to them, they don't really understand everything that you say. Not their fault, but it's just reality. So as guys, as people in general, but definitely as men, especially black men, we have to find outlets. And hiking for me is an outlet. You know, I love nature, I love being outside, y'all know I love the grill, all of that good stuff. And, you know, it could be tough. You know, when you're out and you're trying to enjoy the outdoors, and sometimes you can't. I know me when I hike, I'd probably say maybe 40 to 50% of the time I can just kind of space out and enjoy nature. And like today I saw a snake and a baby snake. So really that's 2 snakes I saw, when I've never seen a snake out here at all. I probably walk right by some snakes. But 40% of the time I can zone out, and like the other 60%, keep hearing stuff. Keep my eye out. And the other 60% of the time, I just be thinking about stuff and not really zoning out. And it's really hard to relax. Bad, some in my eye. It's really hard to relax. You know, if you ever just try to just sit still, no TV, no phone, and just relax for like 5 minutes. Not sleeping, but just relax. You'll realize it's really hard. When I was in Montana a few months ago, it was just so quiet. Like no water running, even though there was a big lake, huge lake, almost like an ocean nearby. It was just so quiet. And it's hard for us to really relax because I think most of the time we don't realize that our body is just not relaxing. You know, like even when we're trying to relax, we're still on 10. Your mind's on 10. So something I need to work on as well is just how to relax. How to relax, not think about work, all those things. Because it can be stressful, man. It can. And I'm glad I have my outlet as hiking. And I hope you have your outlet, whatever that is. That may just be sitting on the back porch smoking a blunt. Or whatever, however you zone out. Skate, some people ride motorcycles, which I think one day I'm gonna try that. I hear it's peaceful and fun. But I just want to leave you with that, man. I'm gonna get on back to this hike, take a sip of water, get back to it. Yeah, just wanted to say what was on my mind. Here's a beautiful view from up top. Man, y'all, this white trail is kicking my ass. Woo. I'm about almost 4 miles in. It's 5 miles total, so I think I'm pretty much almost at the top of the incline, and I think it'll flatten out for the last mile, if I remember. I haven't done this one in about at least a year. But man, it's a workout. I'm glad I got this dry fit breathable shirt on, because if I didn't, my shirt would be soaked. Sweating out this liquor and cigars, but hey, I'm hungry as hell too. I am hungry. So, but I don't want to eat heavy. A salad would be desirable, but it is Friday. I could reward myself with it, but I'm gonna try to be right and do a salad, because I'm sure I'm gonna eat something hippie for dinner. But yeah, it's cold. Definitely gonna come out. It's a workout. Oh, I got a signal now. Cool. But yeah, man, it's a workout. Got to push myself, but I'm glad I'm doing it. Got this pure life, and it's definitely giving me pure life right about now. Let me get back to it. This is the part of the trail that I love. Ooh, bee following me. Or that, something. But I love this part of the trail because it makes me feel like I'm in the country. Let me try not to fall. But yeah, I like when it opens up. It's very cool. Man, yo, I'm so glad to be done with that hike. I earned whatever I'm gonna eat tonight. I'm gonna put it up in the video. My hiking thing, 4.91 miles. I burned 895 calories. I just had a salad though. I got like a little salad from Quick Trip because I thought I had to go into Kroger or Walmart to get those little salads, and now I know I don't. Thanks to AI. The gas stations have those little salads too. So just ate a little salad. Got a little headache, but I think the salad will go away, and I got to use the bathroom too. I'm pretty regular, so I tried to go before the hike and body wasn't ready. But I'm gonna go after the hike. So anyway, man, I got a good workout in. I'm glad I got up. I'm glad I pushed myself to do that 5 miles. I enjoyed that trail. That trail is really a challenge. I'm gonna try to do it more often, but I gotta have 2 hours. So which means I gotta have a 3-hour buffer between meetings during the week to do that trail. Because that one takes about 2 hours. And the video, I guess I'll probably mash in before this. You probably saw the snake. I've never seen a snake on the trail, even though there are signs saying that there are on the trail. There's a sign here and there. But I'm gonna have the AI and see what kind of snake that was. I guess I can do that while I'm using the bathroom. But it was cool. The snake wasn't even really paying me no mind. That's what I kind of noticed. Well, he probably saw me, but he was just slithering on his own way. He looked like he might have been about maybe 4 feet. If you stretch them out, he probably about 4 feet, I want to say. Nice size though. It's just something about snakes, man, that I just can't. It just kind of make me shiver, man. And then I've touched a snake before. You know, they're cold-blooded, so their skin is cold, and it's interesting. Cold-blooded animals, they can't generate their own heat, so they have to get it from the ground and all of that stuff. So it's interesting. Anyway, going off on a tangent like I always do. So getting back to the house. I washed my car. Well, I stopped and got the salad from Quick Trip, and then washed my car at the car wash I go to. Now I'm back in the neighborhood, about to. I think my dad wanted some help with his grass. Don't know if he did that yet. Do a little cleaning, and I guess later on I'm gonna get out. A Mason brother or two may meet me at a $3 cafe in Marietta. Yeah, so $3 cafe will probably be the move this evening. I guess I can get some cigars from this, that, and the other. A little shop on the way. Their prices aren't really all the best though, so I could just go to my little shop up here, the liquor store. I need to order some cigars too. But the last sampler order I got, the cigars are trash. But I'm gonna try again. It's just cheaper to get them online, really. And I need to remember that. So, all right, man. I am back at the crib. I will holler at you guys a little bit later. Yeah, so $3 cafe will probably be the move this evening. I guess I can get some cigars from this, that, and the other. A little shop on the way. Their prices aren't really all the best though, so I could just go to my little shop up here, the liquor store. I need to order some cigars too. But the last sampler order I got, the cigars are trash. But I'm gonna try again. It's just cheaper to get them online, really. And I need to remember that. So, all right, man. I am back at the crib. I will holler at you guys a little bit later. Ooh, y'all, man, I've been looking rough all day. But don't worry, I'm about to transform in about 1 hour. 1 hour. But anyway, I showed you the spare ribs, St. Louis cut ribs that I'm gonna cook today. Using my uncle's recipe. I've already shown you too much by showing you what was in the buggy. But yeah. I'm gonna be grilling it, burning it down tomorrow. I think my dad probably wants it on his green egg. I like using my pellet grill, to be honest, but you know, if you want that smoke, then you know you gotta use some charcoal and wood, and that's cool. I'll sit out there and do that, smoke a cigar. But yeah, man. So $3 Cafe is a pretty cool little spot. You guys will get to see it. I'll definitely give you a little video of it when I get there. It's really an interesting setup because it's in a plaza, and the restaurant goes from the front of the plaza to the back of the plaza. So in the front, basically you walk through the building. That's what I mean. In the front, from the front facing door of the plaza, it's just a $3 cafe, like a little wing spot. So it looks like they have a few tables in there. They have good food. Tables in there, and you know, you can sit there. But most people, I think, get their food to go. Some people sit in there and eat. But if you actually walk around, there's a door that you can walk through and walk to the back, and then there's a whole cigar lounge, huge too. Has the leather couches, a bar back there, a little humidor. You can get some sticks if you don't bring your own. I recommend bringing your own. Interesting setup. I think I was told early on I used to go in there because I used to live over there. It's by the Brave Stadium in the Battery, Truist Park, the new Brave Stadium. But I think when I used to first go in there, they told us that it used to be a bar, a separate bar back then, like a whole separate entity, separate, I guess, lounge, cigar lounge that had food, because there was a vent. There's a spot where you can sit there where you can see where the vent was covered up, the vent hood. And I guess the cafe just took over all of that and said, hey, we might as well just keep it at the cigar lounge. And it's an excellent idea. They do pretty well. And the back of the plaza is actually 2 stories. So you go out the back door of the cigar lounge, you actually go down the stairs into the back parking lot. So yeah, just pulling my curls out, straightening them out, not pulling them out, literally. Even though some of the hair comes out. So like my friend says, I'm being a chatty patty right now. I guess for women you're chatty patty. For men, what are we? Chatty, maybe. Something like that. I took a nap waking up, so I've just been looking tired all day. That's how it is though, man. I just be running. So I'm almost back at the house. One of these days, maybe tomorrow, I'll actually sit down and explain my current situation. Just so you guys can get an idea, especially the ones that know me, of kind of where I'm at right now with things in life and in general. Never a dull moment with Fleazy, I'll tell you that. So, got it back into the driveway, logging off for now. Hey, in the game. I told you I was gonna get it together. This is what I look like. This is what I look like when I run through some water. Yeah. So let me see what's the best way to go to where I'm going, and then we're gonna chat for a little bit, folks. Alright, y'all, now I'm filming this with the TikTok camera. I think I look pretty good. So I'm headed to the $3 Cafe in Windy Hill, in Marietta on Windy Hill. I got about at least a 30-minute ride. I already stopped and got my cigar so I could just talk, and that is what we're going to do. So I'm kind of enjoying this whole vlogging journey just because it kind of gives me, and I think I might just make this a separate video. I think I will. Maybe this piece, well, you know what, I think I'm going to keep it in this video and then also make it a separate video, just talking about some things. So again, I'm draining. I got some drainage for my sinuses, so please excuse me if I do that. But yeah, so I'm enjoying this vlog thing because what it does is it allows me to talk, and like the thoughts that I have, when you're actually talking them out verbally, it gives you a chance to hear how you sound to somebody else that might be listening to you, like a conversation. So it's pretty cool. It's a little therapeutic too, you know, because when I talk, I can hear, you know, like I'm actually paying attention to everything, my voice, my tone, just hearing the words that somebody on the other side of me would hear them. So with that being said, let's just talk about some things, man. Let's get to it. If you do follow my social media, and like I don't post like crazy, like some Fridays, most Fridays I try to do like a little fun TGIF post where I just put TGIF, have an amazing weekend, and put some kind of fun music behind it. Or if I'm barbecuing, I'm feeling good, I might have a little drink or two in me, I might post my barbecue, what I'm cooking or what I've cooked. or I might share like my auntie. You know, we took some pictures and my repast from my auntie's recent funeral, and that was cool. Posted those. You know, I post little stuff here and there. Might, you know, one of my people close to me, my cousins, mom, dad, birthday. I post stuff like that, or I might share some every once in a while. That's cool, but that's about it. So I don't really do a lot of posting, but still, when I post some, I post significant stuff sometimes. So, you know, one thing I learned just from the world and also from being in masonry is that people are always watching you. Somebody's always watching you. And so I know that people may notice that there may not be certain things on my social media anymore, or I may not post about certain things on my page or on my story anymore. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason, and I'll talk about some of that. So I did back in December, yeah. A few months ago, I did unveil that I was in a relationship and posted that person. And to get right to it, shortly after that, it didn't work out. It didn't work out, and you know, I was considering actually moving because it was somewhat of a long distance thing, but I was there pretty often in that area, and just with the behaviors and things that were going on, you know, my gut was just saying, you know, I couldn't let myself move into a situation that was kind of volatile and just wasn't really making me feel at home. So I decided not to, and then that pretty much after that was the end of that relationship. And of course, after that, you know, anytime you break up with somebody, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not damn RoboCop. Anytime you break up with somebody, there's a healing period you got to take, you know, where, you know, you're gonna go through it, especially if it was a relationship, you're gonna go through a little bit. You know, you might cry a day or two. You know, just, you know, it'll just be that period, just a period that you go through, where you just have to kind of get that, you know, out of you. And, you know, I don't have any bad blood with that person. It wasn't anything like that. It was just, at that time, it just, everything that was going on, and some of the issues that either one of us might have been dealing with, it was just wasn't the proper time for us. So around that time, well, a little bit after that, my lease for my house was up. I've been renting a house for 5 years. I didn't realize. I realized it was 5 years because my landlord, an old Asian lady, and I don't like to really use ethnicity like that, but she's trying to take advantage of me and keep my deposit. So once I did the research, I realized I've been there 5 years instead of 4 years. And I really hate to say that. I'm gonna deviate back to the old Asian thing. I really hate that because I feel like sometimes they feel like they can do anything they want to black people. And this person definitely, as good as a tenant that I was, this person still definitely wants to try me and don't even care. That's what's sad. They don't even care. But that's a story for another time. So with that being said, my lease was up. I've been working on my credit, and I want to buy a house. Maybe later on this year, towards the end of this year, 2026, or early next year. So my parents have been telling me for a while, man, just come live with us, stack your money. And at this age, and right now, I just decided to go ahead and do it. I never thought at 45 I would be living with my parents. But actually, I didn't realize how common it is right now because the economy is so crazy that a lot of people, if they can live with somebody, they do, if they're single, or even if they're not single. And when I tell people that, the one thing they always say is, shit, I wish I could do that. You know, so it's cool. You know, that's pretty much my current situation. I wanted to kind of put that out there. Just so if you see me posting a lot of things, like the patio or the deck or the grills, and not familiar with the stuff the stuff that's usually familiar, the scenes that you're normally familiar, or when I use the city, you know, you're gonna start seeing a lot more Lithium Springs and not that other city. This is why. So that wasn't too hard to really. I didn't know how I was gonna explain all that, but that wasn't too bad. So now technically I am single again, and I'm not complaining. I mean, there are a lot of things could be a lot worse. I will say that, and you know, there are a lot of people that would die to be in my position, so I'm gonna cherish it. Just being able to be alive, be healthy, trying to stay healthy. This hiking helps me out, but I gotta get my diet together too. I don't eat a lot of fried foods, but I might be doing some chicken tenders tonight. So with that being said, I would always say I think life is actually easier when you married, you know, and it was like in your 30s you might be like, oh man, you're trying to live vicariously through single people. In your 40s you want to live vicariously through married people. Because it's just say like these are easier if your marriage is good. In my marriage, my ex-wife, her and I were a lot alike, so we were on the same page about a lot of things, and things were just kind of easy because that was it. That was my person. Well, at that time anyway. When you're single, it's different because you meet people. You may get into a relationship, whether it's 1 month, 3 months, 5 months, 7 months. But the thing is, if it doesn't work out, you know, when you're in a relationship, does it ebb and flow? I don't know if ebb is flow or ebb, or I don't know which one is up or bottom. But it ebbs and flows. So you get in a relationship, you're up here. It doesn't work out, you're down here. And then you heal, you're right here. You meet somebody new, you're excited, you're up here. Get in a relationship, okay, you're up here. It doesn't work, you're back down here. You heal again, you're back right here. So emotionally, that can take a toll on a person. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically too. You know, breakups, you lose your appetite, shit like that. I know when I got divorced, that first month or two, I was fine. Let me tell you, I was fine as hell. I had dropped about 15, 20 pounds. Just started hiking because I ain't had no appetite at night. Man, I was in there, and I want to get back to that to that weight. But yeah, I think this 10 minutes about the end. I kind of like this TikTok thing. I'm gonna kind of try to use this to do my videos from now on. But yeah, man, just kind of want to let y'all in on what's going on with Fleazy. So now we got that out the way. Fleazy can go ahead and just be Fleazy. Man, y'all, what's up? What's up? It is 12:31 a.m. and I am headed to the cigar lounge. Had a pretty good night at $3 Cafe. It was actually so good chatting it up with the fellas that I forgot to order my damn food before the kitchen closed. But I'm finna tell y'all what I came up on because it's gonna be cool. So I'm about to park at the cigar lounge because I want to go get another drink and smoke before I go in. But man, I came up on some food today, y'all. I'm taking my chance to go to the front because I know there gotta be a space up here at the front somewhere since it's the band is leaving. Yeah, I'm gonna take my chances. And I was right. Got a space right here in the front. Go ahead and back on in this mug. With the skills, with the camera. It's good enough right there. Alright guys, so check this out, man. So I didn't order food from the kitchen until, well, I tried to order and they were about to close. They closed at 12. So I'm like, man, I'm riding on the way home back down Austell Road. I'm thinking of my options. Wendy's closed. Waffle House is cool. I can go in there, man, but I ain't really want to get out the car. But I mean, for Quick Trip, I would have to get out the car because that was going to be my only option, basically, was Quick Trip to get some hot dogs and, let's call it hot dogs, the little taquito roll, the little jalapeno cheddar dog. I get a sub sandwich and eat the meat off of it. That was going to be my option. So anyway, I'm riding, hit Maxim Road, which is almost a Thorn Road. If you know the area, you know what I'm talking about. And I saw the little barbecue grill. It's in the tent. I said, oh, hell no. Somebody out here cooking tonight. So right there in the lot where people park at for Marlene's, the big plaza, not the Marlene's lot. I turned down the street. I think it's called Emory. Turned into the plaza. And what's crazy is they have like a small. Somebody had a small little trailer with some Jamaican food. But they're not competing with the one by the road. The one by the road is bigger, lit up, better location. And so I pulled over there, man, and it's the Jamaicans doing what they do. They got the oxtails, jerk chicken, all of that stuff, man. And so I came up, guys. I got to show you, man, because it was $25 for the jerk chicken plate. And I asked him, what do I get with this? And he said, you get a rice and peas, your choice of mac and cheese or cabbage. But you know which one I got, mac and cheese. And a quarter and a half of chicken. So a quarter and a half means you get a leg quarter and another piece. So I said, all right, that's $25. I said, for $30, can I get another piece? He said, yeah, man, yeah. So, hey, I guess that will put me at a quarter and a half of chicken. I guess that'll put me at a half chicken, I guess. Yeah, about a half. Because a quarter and a half, which is a quarter, then a half a quarter, which means a full quarter is a half. So I guess I got a half chicken. Anyway. Yeah, I'll take a look at this food, man. See what this food hitting on. I'm turning this light on real quick. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that look good, don't it? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, I can leave this light on in the parking lot. I don't care about these folks like that. I gotta try just a bite of this chicken, man. This jerk. See what this thing hitting on. Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna worry. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I get to the house, I'm gonna have to go upstairs. And throw a little bit of seasoning salt on that thing. Yeah. Not quite what I thought it would be. But I'm gonna make it do what it do. They got the spice, they got the jerk though. We got that. So anyway, man, I'm going in the cigar lounge. Get a little drink and a smoke before I go home. It's 12:36, they close at 2. So appreciate y'all rolling with me. I will holler. Pray for me to get home safely. I pray for you to get home safely wherever you at. Thank you. Sunday grilling with your boy. I got riblets marinated overnight with my uncle's special recipe. And my other buddy's out here somewhere. There he is, one of them. Where's Stormy at? In the shade? Yes, sir. Y'all worse than me. What's up, guys? Oh, it is a little bit afternoon on Sunday. I got the green egg going. We're gonna eat good over here today. Got that applewood chunks and hickory chips that I soaked. And got the grill going. Right now it's at 223, which is cool. I'm gonna let it get up to about 275. That's why I like to roll at 275 and roll on out from there. I got enough videos in my vlog to put a vlog together, so I'm gonna do that now. And I'll holler at you guys.